Remember OpenUI? This was a project that I had showcased a few months back, and it was allowing you to easily create UI components from a screenshot, as well as textual prompts, and the AI would write the code itself. This was a groundbreaking project as it helped thousands of viewers easily build various web components with the help of AI, which got rid of long hours of HTML coding. Now, I'll leave a link to this in the description below because this project is absolutely amazing. Now, guess what? I have another project which is a bit more intricate than OpenUI, and it's a framework that will easily allow you to create websites with the help of an infinite canvas. And this is where you simply have AI build your website as you click on the outcome it generates. And this is where I would like to introduce TLBrowse. I had mentioned this in my last video, and I thought it would be cool if I made a full video on it. This is where the large language models are being used, and it's going to exactly generate what you want in the exact moment. Just take a look at this video example where you input the Costco website URL, and you can see within a couple of seconds it scrapes the visual representation of the Costco website and it formulates the code and canvas for it by replicating the website using GPT-4 Vision as well as other large language models. Now, say if you want the page to generate for something like the deals. So what you can do is you can click on a specific category and the canvas will grow larger and start generating the next web page for the site as you keep interacting with the different links that it creates initially. And this way it codes as you just click on different things. And it's something that will easily allow you to build UI components within minutes with the help of AI. Obviously, you can input textual prompts which can generate certain things. But this way you can easily generate full-on web pages by clicking on certain buttons, and the canvas will just keep on growing larger and larger as it starts generating different pages for you. This is something that we're going to be exploring throughout today's video, as this is a great tool that will easily help you build websites as well as different sorts of UI components within a couple of seconds. So with that thought, guys, stay tuned and let's get straight into the video. Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video at the World of AI. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at TLBrowse, which is offering you an infinite canvas for simulating web environments. This way, you're going to be able to build web pages, different sorts of UI components, by simply just inputting URLs, and you can create web pages, as well as clicking on different sorts of links within the generated images, and you're going to be able to create new pages off of that. And this way, you can create a full-on website within a couple seconds with the help of AI. This tool will allow you for dynamic website creation and will enable users to expand their website as you navigate through it. In essence, it's a simplifying process of web development, and it's going to generate code and visuals in real time. Now, before we get started, I definitely recommend that you take a look at the Patreon page so that you can access the new subscriptions that we'll be releasing this week. If you would like to book a consulting call with me, you can do so with the link in the description below as well. But with that thought, let's get straight into the video. So how can you actually get started with TLBrowse? Well, you can actually get started by taking a look at the hosted version, where you're going to be able to interact with this component on the cloud, and you're going to be able to generate different sorts of web pages as well as the code for it. So definitely take a look at this with the link in the description below. But another way to access this is by installing it and running it locally, and this is by using Anthropic's API key. Currently, you only are able to utilize Anthropic's API key locally, but you will be able to interact with it with the different sorts of models such as Opus, Sonnet, as well as GPT-4 Omni. And this way, you're going to be able to get the best generation with the visual as well as the code generation from these models. Now, let me just close this and we can go back over here. So how can you actually install it? Well, this project actually uses Bun and its package manager and the node for the execution environment. So what you'll need to do is you need to make sure that you have both of these things installed, and then you can run the following commands after you have cloned this repository. And that's easy as that. The easier method is just taking a look at it on the hosted version, where you can just simply click on this and it'll take you to the website. And this is where you will simply need to log in with a GitHub repo, or sorry, not repo, but a GitHub account. Once you have done that, you can see that this is the interface where you're going to be creating any sort of AI generated website or AI component of a UI. So what you can do is just input a random website. So what we can do is we can just copy this Patreon page. We can go over to TLBrowse, paste it in, and click enter. So let's test this out. We're going to zoom out a little bit so it's easier to look at this, and we're going to click enter to our URL. Once we have done that, we should be able to get Once you have done that, you just simply double click on this and you will be able to start seeing the generation of this Patreon page. Now, I know it's not doing a great job in utilizing the same color schemes as the Patreon page, but you can see that it was able to replicate a good gist of the page, as in like the banner, you have the about, post, rewards, as well as the community. Now, in this case, the rewards is wrong. So what you can do is you can chat with it, and this is where you can ask it to rearrange that component so that it would be better suited to what you want it to generate. Now, say I want to generate the about page. So I can double click on this and then we can see that it's going to start generating that up below. So I'm going to click on it one more time and there we go. Below we have the about page being generated. You can then double click on it to interact with it, and within a couple seconds we should see a generation. So we can see that it's slowly but surely scraping through that website, which is the about page, or sorry, the Patreon page, and it's scraping all these different things and it's pasting it back over here and it's generating the code for it. Now, this is an example where it generated the membership page, and it did a great job in creating the animations similar to how the Patreon page has that membership. And we can see that I clicked on the join now page and it was able to create the checkout for it. And this way you can also integrate third-party plugins, for example, Stripe, to collect plugins within your website. And you're going to be able to see that it does a great job in creating all the different components of your website within a couple of seconds. And this way you have an easy way for you to code out a full-on website with the help of AI. Now, the quality for this website might not be the best, but let me show you another example which will give you a better idea. Now, I know you may be wondering, where's the code for it? So if you click on the download button, it will then download an HTML, and you can then export all the code in this HTML, and this will be your fully functional website that has been created with the help of AI. And as I mentioned before, you can choose different models, so definitely try it out with other models. So let's actually try this again with the GPT-4 API. So we're going to copy the Walmart website and we're going to head back over here. Let me just paste this in and then click enter. So you'll then need to double click on this and it'll take a couple seconds to generate. Now, once it's finished generating the replication of the website, I'll be right back. All right, I had to refresh the page, but we can see that it did a great job in generating this banner. So I'm going to click on the find store. Let's see what it does in terms of generating this next page. Now, one thing to note is that this might take up a lot of tokens, so just keep this in mind because it is going to utilize a lot of tokens to generate different components of this UI. So just keep that in mind before you go on and generating certain things. So I'm going to just click on all these different tabs and then have it generated. And there we go. It started generating different pages. In this case, it generated the shop toys page. This one is for sports and outdoors. Now, one thing you want to note that it's a little tricky to get around with this is you have to double click on something so that you can interact with this page. So it even created different buttons and it created like a featured product carousel, which is really cool. In this case, this is the category for apparel, and it sometimes doesn't do a great job in generating all the components, which is why you might want to regenerate it by clicking on this. But you can see that it does a great job in generating most things, and which is something that you would want to see from this. Now, once again, I did a great job in showcasing what it can generate because other people, I did a great job in generating better sorts of like replications of websites. So definitely recommend that you go to the actual creator of this project and take a look at some of the videos he has introduced, because he has a lot more like videos as well as showcases what's the best model for this basic application. I believe Gemini 1.5 also does a great job in generating visual replication of websites, so that's something that he's actually trying to implement within TLBrowse, and I do believe that once that is added, it will be able to get the best generation for like replicating different sorts of websites. But that's basically it for today's video. You can see that this is a great tool that will help you replicate a basic HTML website for different components, web components, as well as helping you create different sorts of website easily. So with that thought, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and you got some sort of value out of it. I'll leave all the links as to today's video in the description below. Make sure you follow me on Patreon so that you can access our different subscriptions that we provide on a weekly basis as well as a monthly basis. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. It's a great way for you to stay up to date with the latest AI news. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe turn on the notification bell, like this video, and check out our previous videos so you can stay up to date with the latest AI news. But with that thought, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.